are you all this morning? Hi, Daphne. How are you? And I'm assuming Mum's on. I can't see her. We had this conversation yesterday. Mum said, I'm usually the first or second one on and you don't see me. And I don't. It's Mum doesn't show up until a bit later on. So you'll have to talk again, Mum. Alrighty. So here we are. What's the date? Wednesday. So I have a couple of things to show you today. And I have a card to make. We're using the arches again, which is good. Oh, that's what I haven't done, but that's okay. I can do that. Just let me pull this curtain in front of me a little bit, stop the glare. That's better. Otherwise, my left eye hasn't been done yet, hasn't had the cataract taken out. And if I get a lot of brightness in it, it sort of like makes everything go weird. Good morning, Barbara. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Mum, for goodness sake, please say something because I can't see you still. There you are. Yep, there you go. You were first on again today, and I've only just seen you put that on. There's nothing else above it. One day I'm going to take a photo of it so that you can see. I'm sure Mum doesn't believe me. Okie dokie. So another Arches card. You've actually seen me make a card like this before, but this one's smaller and it's quite cute actually. It looks very three-dimensional. All right, so what have we got today? Let's go straight down to the desk because I do have some bits and pieces. So this was yesterday's card, the triptych. Oh, went a bit out blurry then, didn't it? Okay, so that was yesterday's card. The day before was the fan card, which is over there, and I'm not going to go and grab it. So we have an exclusive joining offer. So from the 3rd of February to the 2nd of March, if you join my team, you will get a free Stampin' Positioner, of course, as well as your starter kit, which is $169, $235 worth of product. So there's also the grid paper, but the grid paper does not come in the starter kit. That has to be ordered. Hi, Sue. How are you today? Lovely to see you. Okay, so yeah, we've got several pictures of that. We still have until, is it Saturday? I think it's Saturday. We do still have the coupons. Oh, here we go. What's this doing? Yeah, later. Same thing that came up yesterday, and of course, I didn't do it. So, all right, there we go. So this morning, so I have told you about the stamp positioner. So my order arrived yesterday. Hi, Roz. How are you this morning? I'm not going to go into any big, long discussions on how to use it because I'm sure that most people have seen it by now in the flesh, well, in the plastic, whatever. I did forget to order the paper, but I will. So this is the new, hang on. No, it goes that way. This is the new Stampin' Positioner. As you can see, it is spring-loaded. You've got your 2 magnets with the little tabs on, which everyone is saying is brilliant. The one that I have already has that, but yeah. And yeah, they are brilliant. So I'll actually have an extra couple of magnets, which is quite good. And then we have this piece here, which when we don't use this piece, we can pop it on here and we can position our stamps wherever we like. There's also in here, there's a V, If you put your cardstock in there, then you can, what do they call it? I can't remember. You can do it all the way down at equal intervals. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, so I'm not going to, you get the instructions with it as well. I'm not going to use it today. I'll wait until I've actually had a bit of a play with it so that I don't make a complete fool of myself. Hi, Kerry. How are you today? Good to see you. Okay. That's not going to go back in there in a hurry, is it? So we'll just pop it down here and hope I don't kick it out of the way. Now, the other thing, I'm going to do with that. Here we go. The other thing is I didn't order much for my first order, but I did want to order the Stampin' Positioner, so I thought, well, I would order a suite as well. So I ordered that's called Delicate Whispers Stamps and Dies. It's called Delicate Dreams. I think 12 by 12 paper, those. So these look great. I'm really looking forward to using, I don't know if you can see them or if I've got too much light. They look rather gorgeous. That gorgeous little one there. I can imagine using that to do tone on tone stamping, and I just love this one here. So that's the stamps, and then we have the dies. So we have these that are going to cut out on their own, and then these are going to cut out from here. So we've got this one for this. I think these two are these two, and this one is this one here. And then we've got some little flowers down the bottom. So also with that comes this, what's it called? Variegated trim. And it's sort of like a beigey colour. Now I'm losing all my bits for today. Where's my scissors? I don't know what colour you'd call it. Grey, maybe? Silver? It's quite pretty. It's quite a pretty... And I think it'll tie quite easily. Let's give it a quick go. You know me and bows. I'm not a bow person, but if it's the right thing for the card, then I will do it. But I don't like sticking bows on everything. So yes, it does. It forms a beautiful bow and sits really nicely. So that's lovely. That comes with that suite. And then we have these dots. They're actually called natural matte dots. So there's no shine to them. They're completely matte. It doesn't give us the colours. But if I had to say what they were, it looks like crumb cake, possibly, well, what's that green there? Because it's the same as that. Crumb cake, it would be Mossy Meadow, Secret Sea, and white we would have in there. So that's lovely. Now, this is what I was talking about. Did I say hi, Sue? When I read the colours on the back of here, we've got crumb cake, grey granite. Oh, that'll be what colour that ribbon's in. Mossy Meadow, Secret Sea, bronze, and then there's one in here called Hydrangea Hue, thinking that might be something that's coming out. So we'll have a quick look at these papers. They are rather nice. I do like them. So we have, I suppose I've done it upside down, haven't I? Well, they put them in there upside down because there's the base thing there. Look at that. How gorgeous is that colour? Hi, Leslie. How are you? Okay, Daphne, catch you later. So isn't that just gorgeous? And it has the bronze in it. I just think that is beautiful. I must have pulled the other piece out and put it at the other end. I don't know what I did. Anyway, so we have that piece, or there it is. So it's cornflowers. It has to be cornflowers. All right. So on the back we have this nice piece. It looks a bit like Hessian. This one here, this is the bronze, which is rather gorgeous. And then we have, well, this would be the grey granite on the back. We have two pieces of that one. And then there's this one with cute little, now I'm thinking, I haven't looked yet. Let's have a quick look because I don't want to be all day, but, oh, that's the stamp set. Hang on, that's not what I want. I want the dies. I have a feeling that this die here, yeah, is going to cut that out there. Okay, so that die there is going to cut these little flowers here. That's rather cute. I like that. Those, maybe. But anyway, oh, here we go. Stuck to it already. Pop those back. So I thought that was rather cute. Love that paper. And then on the back we have this. I know, isn't it gorgeous? Hi Donna, how are you? Absolutely beautiful. And look at this. Secret Sea with that copper in it. And then on the other side we've got like the cornflowers again. Yeah, I think the tiny flowers maybe too. I was looking at that, but I wasn't going to waste time trying to find out at this point. I will have a play with this later today. Then we have the fern, and that has the gorgeous bronze in it, and that's the back of it. It's awesome, this paper. Absolutely awesome. And then we have this one, which they've all got the bronze in. And then this isn't the same flower. It's a different flower, but it's the same colors. But look, we've got the Secret Sea. We've obviously got this hydrangea hue in there as well. We've got the Secret Sea here, and we've got the bronze. But there's more. So that's the DSP. Pop that away. And then there was a specialty designer series paper that comes with the suite. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler today, isn't it? Although it's still humid here. Now, this comes with the suite. This is the bronze with the white. Isn't that gorgeous? You can order it separately if you don't want the suite, of course. So we have that. It's one-sided. This is one single-sided. Then we have this one. Absolutely beautiful. And we have the grid, or the squares, or whatever we want to call them. So that is the Bronze Designer Series specialty paper, which I'm really looking forward to using. Like I said, I'll have a little bit of time to work out what I'm going to do with it, and also with the I've seen so many people use the stamp positioner, but I still don't want to just go on there and not know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to put these out of the way for now because we don't need them for today. Although it probably would have been nice, but yeah, I haven't thought much about it. All right, so what do you think? Do you like the DSP? Is gorgeous. You can order it separately without the suite, but you will regret not buying the entire suite. That is so true. The number of times that I have gone in and thought, I don't need that, I don't need that, I'm just going to buy that. And what happens? I did need that, and I did need that, and I end up going back and buying it. So I also gave myself a bit of a shock this morning because I hadn't looked at this suite for a long time. I mean, we get all this new stuff, and you tend to forget. What you've got. So this is the Inspiring Imperfections, or the Kintsugi Inspirations. It is still current. It hasn't gone into Last Chance or anything like that. So today I'm going to be using these two. Yeah, I must admit, I don't mind the sweets, but quite often I don't want the ribbon particularly. And sometimes I don't want the dots. And if it's a super sweet and it's got the two, sometimes I just want one of the bundles. So I do that, and then I buy the paper. That's just me. I suppose I should buy the sweets all the time. So this is what we're going to be using today. I'll put that one away. Originally I was going to use our little panda, but I'm not going to use it now. So we can pop him away. I mean, things come out and they go on to Last Chance for just so quickly. It's really hard to keep up sometimes. But anyway, just do the best we can. Alrighty, I'm sure when we get to use that new paper that we're going to find lots of bits that actually cut out. Now, talking about the card that I'm going to do today. Oh, that's where I put my backflow stuff. Oh, okay. It's amazing what you find. You may remember me making this one. It was quite some time ago now, and it's quite a large card, and it's been sitting up there. So, okay. So that was the one I made back then. This one, as you can see, is going to be a lot smaller. I'll just put that back on there out of the way. And it's quite cute because it actually looks very 3D when it's finished. Now, I got this, when I did the big one, I got the pattern from Sam Calcott. I'm not sure, Donna. No doubt some of it will go on when we have on stage, and then I think some of it will carry through. But yeah, what will stay and what will go, I don't know. We've just had so much go on to the Last Chance list just lately, and it really is hard to catch, to sort of work it all out. Let's hope that not too much does, because then I think some from the catalogue's already gone onto Last Chance, I believe. I haven't got a catalogue in here with me. But yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make the two tunnels, or the two pillars. We're going to make the top and the bottom, and then we're going to cut the arches. So what we've got here is the basic white cardstock for making the tunnels. All right, so we have 2 at 3.5 by 5.5, and then they're scored at 3/4, 1.5, 2.25, and 3. Okay, so, and we're doing those on the short side. Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out, she's actually got a sheet that you can download that has all the sizes. I've just added some bits and pieces on here that, you know, you have to be watching it to see what's going on. So does anyone else know when the items from the annual catalogue go on last chance? That's a question I can't answer. So all right, so we're going to make the tunnels first, or so where's my bone folder here? We've done all those score lines, so we're just going to make sure that they're nice and what you could do if you didn't want to do these in 2 pieces is you could do it in one long piece and then cut it in half. So yeah. All right, so there's the first one, and let's burnish this second one. I folded it because I just wanted to see whether one of those vases is actually going to fit in where I want it to. All right. By doing this, when I do the other part, it's going to give this time to dry. Hi, Inika. How are you today? Okay, so what I've done is I've just folded that on the second score line from the right with the small, the 1/2-inch panel just there. I'm going to pop I'm going to pop glue on that one, just like that. And then I'm just going to fold that one down. Where's my cloth gone? Let me grab a piece of, oh, there it is. So I just want that to, so that will make one of our pillars. And then I'm going to do the same again. So fold it on the second, we'll just burnish that. It's not staying down particularly well at the moment. And I thought I was going to be all right without the fan this morning, but it's going to be hot again. It's not hot, it's humid. It's overcast outside. All right. Second line, I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to pop the glue on here. And then I'm just going to fold that one over. So Mum's coming to stay with me on the 11th of February. So she will be here for a week to 10 days. Gee, that one could come back over a tiny bit. It's probably too late, but yeah. I think it'll be right. I'll trim it if necessary. Okay, so that gives us our 2 pillars. And then we need a top and a bottom. And we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to fold that. We're going to burnish it first. And we're going to fold this and glue it. Take it to the second score line. Turn it over. pop the glue on there and just press that one down, making sure it's all lined up, which is probably what I didn't do on that other one. Okay, and then we'll just like that. So that gives us one either the top or the bottom, and then this one's going to do the same. Just after the new catalogue. Okay, Roz. Thank you for that. I'm not going to on stage this year. I went last year. All right, folding at the second crease again, making sure that it's all lined up. And then we're going to pop that down on there. So now you can see we've got the two of these, and then we've got the top and the bottom, which gives us the base of the card. So what I might do, I've got to cut. I'll let those dry for a bit. Now, this is what I had to write down because I wasn't sure which ones she had used, but I've got to cut 4 lots of this because we're not using them singly, we're using them doubled up to give it a little bit more strength. And she said the biggest one was 2 5/8. Was that the biggest one she used? I think it might have been. I'd say that one was 3. That one's 2 5/8. And the smallest one she used was, and then was the 2-inch one, which was that one. And I think she put this one in and didn't use it. She made this, I don't actually think she had that many on there, but she sort of did it like this and then cut them all together. So I'm going to give that a go. Wish me luck. What's that one? What's that one? I know she does use the middle one. It's sort of like, I think she said she uses one and then not the second one. We'll see. So what we need to do is actually put these. She had them so perfect. I'm seriously thinking it's going to be easier to do them one at a time. And this is what I meant to come in and do. And I ended up doing something completely different, which wasn't as pleasant, I can tell you. All right. Gosh, that doesn't look too bad. Stick that across there. That across there. Talk about overkill. And across there. And that across there now. Let me cut this off a bit shorter because I don't think I need that going through the... All right, here we go. So I have to cut 4 of these apparently. We'll get that done. Why are you sticking to my plate? All right, so let's see. This is the first one. We should be able to poke all these others out. And hopefully they don't look too bad. And then we've just got this last one here. Right, 1. I think I have a lot left over at the end of this, which I can use because I'm doing arches again tomorrow. The fact that I'll probably never be able to get the arches apart are another thing, but hey. 1. One more. Seems excessive, doesn't it? Sure, there's a reason. Well, they all seem to be reasonable. What am I missing? They do add to it, Roz, I think more than twice a year because they've been adding stuff as we've had the mini catalogues come out. Apparently, yeah. Oh, so you don't have them either, Inika. I asked Donna Gray, 'cause she's my upline. I asked her what was Paper Pumpkin because I had no idea. And she told me that it was a kit that you subscribed to. But apparently, we don't have it here in Australia because it didn't take off. Like, people didn't want it. So, here in Australia, we don't actually have it. And it sounds like you don't either, Inika. It might just be America, just the States, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, I do like watching Rachel, and also I find her so down to earth. So, yeah. All right, so now I'm going to have to sort through these because I have so many of them. I think she definitely used the big one. And what she did was she stuck them together to make them stronger. So she used that one. And then I think she missed the next one, which was those. She definitely used 2 of these, I believe. She used 2 of those. I know she put one on the front. Let me see. Oh, yes, she put one on the back as well. So we're going to need 4 of those. That's why she said 4, cut 4. So there has to be another one somewhere. There it is. So those 2 have to be stuck together, those 4, like so. Then I think she said you miss the next size. And then you use the next one. But I'll be able to see. And she uses one of those. And then she uses, I think it's another one of those. Like I said, I'll be able to see when I think might just be one of those. I've got them all here anyway, so I can sort it all out. But it certainly gives me a few to work with. All right. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Hi, Barbara. I think I said hello to you. Good morning, Marlene. I don't think I saw you come in. Goodness me, we're moving quickly this morning. When Paper Pumpkin first came out in Australia, it was only offered a few times per year. And the theme of the kit wasn't announced beforehand, apparently too expensive to post to Australia. Oh, really, Nicole? Thank you for that. I'm just going by what I was told, because I queried it with Donna. I said, what's Paper Pumpkin? I had no idea. And yeah, that's what she told me, because I said I'd seen some of them made up and I thought, oh, they look nice, be nice to have those. Now I'm going to try and keep the join at the back, and you can see this one's just a little bit over where I didn't line it up properly. I am going to actually trim that off because otherwise it's going to make it difficult to stick. So this is a do as I say, don't as I do move. I just want to make sure that we can stick that down, that's all. That's what I used to tell my son. No, don't need them all. Not at all. We're just going to use some of them. And like I said, had I cut them beforehand, you wouldn't have seen me cut that amount. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to keep the that to the back, and I'm going to put these on. So I'm going to put this one on first. There is the back. Oh, actually, before I do that, I need to put some coloured paper on there, don't I? So I need 8 pieces. This is what happens when you don't get yourself ready. And then when you do get yourself ready, you have problems like I had yesterday. So we need 8 pieces at 5/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 tall. So let's see what we've got. Let's see if we've got 5 3/8. Have we? I think we have 5 3/8. So I'll just cut that like that. And I need 8 pieces of this. I've chosen one that isn't, it doesn't have to go in any particular order. So these are going to be 5/8 wide. So that's 1. Should probably use the other side. 2. Oh wow, that one is already. So that's good. There's 3. That's 5 3/8. We'll just chop that off there. Anyone would think I'd already cut these, especially, but I haven't. And then we're going at 5/8. That's 4. Now I wonder if this is going to cut. Oh, that didn't cut straight. I'm sure of it. Oh, it did. Yep. And then another one here. See, that one doesn't look like it's... But it is. How weird. It must be the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want one more. And these are all going to stick on here before I stick them in. Otherwise, I'd have all sorts of trouble, wouldn't I? All right, let's go. So, it'll take a bit longer today, actually. We'll just stick these on. We did get, oh, you got some? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. It was just, interesting too. But you know what? It's a bit like kits. I've got several kits sitting here. And I haven't really done anything with them. But then I did open one of them a while ago because I needed a particular sort of a card, and I thought, oh, there's stuff in that kit that would work for that. And I pulled it apart and used it, and it worked quite well. So now I'm at that point where I'm just going to use it for whatever I want to use it for. I was tempted to get the latest one with the animal adoption, obviously because of my job of what I used to do, but I didn't get that because I thought, what am I going to do with it? It's just going to sit in my craft room and not do anything. And then eventually I'll get fed up with it and throw it out. So I didn't. I think everybody's being that little bit more careful, like putting a bit of thought into it. Whereas before I probably would have just said, oh, I like that, I'm going to have it. Now I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do with it if I do have it? So oh dear. Animals, who'd have them? That is what I was doing before coming on here. I wasn't doing anything as nice as playing, but I had to sort out my cat's litter trays. Oh, that one's a bit long. Need to chop that one off. Because they're so fussy that if they've used one, they won't use it again. And then I have a bigger mess to clean up. So, yeah, I like to get it done. And believe me, I'm the only one that's going to do it. So, all right. So there's our first one. Let's do the second one. Actually, my dog went crazy the other night. Kevin had gone on to bed. What was I doing? I was watching something, as I do. And Kevin had gone on to bed, and the dogs started barking, and I'm like, oh my God, don't like her barking at that time of night, because when she's got a really deep bark, which is great, because if there was anyone around, it would certainly put them off. And we'd actually left the car out in the carport that night instead of putting it in the garage, and I thought, don't tell me someone's trying to get into the car. But thankfully not. So that was good. Here we go. Mum and Ian have a dog, Birdie. She was one of our rescue dogs, and they have her, and she's so funny. She absolutely loves my niece. So every time the phone rings, she's there, ears pricked up. She thinks it's Heidi on the phone. Oh, bless the little cotton socks. She's such a sweet girl. All right, that's those two done. So what I'm going to do now is attach these. Now, where's that back? There. That's the back. Attach these in here, but I'm going to do the top first. And so we're going to attach them sort of into the middle there. So I've got about an inch. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball this and try and get it around about central and lined up at the top, and about the same each side. And it's not easy because it wants to lay itself flat. Okay, so that's what I've got there. Lay it down. Might do that with this next one. And then this one I'm going to do the same. There's the back. There. Pop a little bit of glue on there. And then pop that up in there and hold it. Oh, I think that's about right. Now what we do need to do is stretch these out and make sure that the angles are that we're straight all around, which we pretty much are on that one. Okay, so that's now that side, and now we have to do the other side. I just want to make sure that that's, so now we do the bottom. So pop some glue on here. Oh, now we've come off at the top. Bother. Probably should have used tape. And we'll just pop this one in here. Put the glue on first. And pop it in there. Now, I want this all to be nice and flush. I can get it that way. There we go, like so. Now when we put the next bits on, that will straighten all that up. That one's not down far enough. That's what the problem is. You're going to have to come off and move. Tell you what, it was much easier with the bigger ones, I have to say. Now, have we still got, yep. There we go. Right, let's give that a bit of time to stick. So there's the first part of our box. Our now this one slipped. Now I can see why she used the roller, the tape roller. So let's get that equal with that. That's it. Right, I'll stop fiddling now. I think, Roz, it's the same everywhere. Like, I know I had the shop, but it was, you know, you still had to have people come and do the crafting. And well, we used to have 10 was my limit at the table, and I used to have the 10 every week. And sometimes I'd often have other people come in and say, can I come? And I'd be like, well, no, not at the moment because I don't have space. And then they put their name down. That's how good it was back then. And now it's really hard to get people to come to the classes. And the thing is, now in this house, I have a really great area to do classes in. But it's whether the people will come. I've got a couple of ladies that love the classes. One of them, though, if you've got any sort of a step at all, she can't come, so that she won't be able to come to these classes here because we have a step. And well, she could if she walks around the back, because we have a ramp around the back for Mum for the wheelchair. But yeah, so she started, like, a couple of times she's bought the pack so that she can do it at home. She did come to class one time and she thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, I think people I was going to say, how dare they? People would prefer to eat these days than craft. And I mean, isn't that like all of us? We would all prefer to put a roof over our head and feed our family before we did craft work. And that's what it's all about these days. I think, there's just not the money to go around. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Just want to do, I'm not sure if I need one or two of these, but I definitely need one. So all I'm doing is just sticking these together to give them the strength. And I actually remembered to use my silicone mat. I don't feel quite so rushed today because Susie hasn't got her class. Her was on today. I try and keep mine at an hour so that, everybody can go to both if that's what they want to do. Anyway, I'm just going to pop that here. It's the same here, yeah. I like in-person classes too, Donna. You get to chat to other people and, sort of see what's going on and hear different stories and what have you, don't you? So, yeah. All right. So now, if I remember, she sort of did the back first. Now, she used a really pretty leaf across the back. What am I putting on the inside? Oh, yeah, so I'm just having a look to see if I've got. So she actually put the leaf across like that, but she did it in gold. I might have. Oh, that's not going to be big enough. I'm just going to get that leaf so that I can use it because it is pretty. But I'm not going to do it out of gold because I don't have gold. I have to order it. So I will do it out of. Well, actually, I do have gold. I'm lying to you. but not a lot. But I'm sure I can get one of those leaves out of this. Let me take that out of there, pop it on there. I think the good thing with that sweet that I've just got, with it having that bronze in it, I do have bronze. I mean, it seems that it's the silver and the gold that I use the most. So I do have bronze. So that should be good for working with what we've got there. So there, we've got the leaf, and we can cut that out. Yeah, it does seem a shame to cut all those arches and not use them, but I can use them sooner or later. I don't even know if I wanted that small one. Oh yeah, I did. Is that the one? Or have I done the wrong one? No, I think you missed that one and then you did that one. I'm pretty sure. All right, so we're going across. This is the back, is it not? Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is cut this leaf. I wonder if it was made to be cut, because everybody seems to cut it in the one spot. And then we're just going to place that across there. Now, we can't go past these two outside pieces. So we're just going to put that across there like that and glue that down. Actually, have you seen the way she works out how to do her glue? Just let me see if I've got... Sure, I've got sticky notes here somewhere. I was using them the other day. Oh well. Maybe not then. They're probably staring at me. She actually stuck sticky notes down and then picked them up, and where the sticky notes weren't touching was where she put the glue. Very clever, I thought. Very innovative. And here's me, can't even find the sticky notes. Oh dear, that's really weird because I used them the other day. Never mind. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of on there. Let me see, because it can't go over. So a bit there. Let's put some there. Little bit there. Little bit there. And hopefully right. Then what she did wasn't that oval. She did, it wasn't the small one, it was this size. Now I'm going to have to quickly pop that back in. So it was the next sized one up. So she didn't do the little tiny one like I did. She stopped at the next one up. You can see that now. So I'll just cut quickly one of those. I have a piece of scrap. The small one's not going to fit. There we go. And then what she did was she put this across here like so, with a sentiment on it. Now I have to find a sentiment that is going to fit down in there, which probably isn't going to be easy. How about little things can mean a lot? That might fit in there. That came... Dog's getting in trouble. Where is it? All right, will that fit? It will. And I think I'll do that in, let's do it in the Secret C. I didn't even know the dog had got out of here. There we go. So now I can pop that on there. And it's like she said with this one too, like you can fit it so that it goes with those leaves, which are stuck down. One can be stuck. It is one of those things like you have to sort of, I suppose, really think in advance what you're going to use. Stick. See, that doesn't want to stick. And I can put a little bit. I'm sure I put some under that one. I did. All right, now just down the very edges of here, and I mean the edges, I'm going to stick this. Little things can mean a lot, and that is just touching those edges there. So just hold that for a second. Oh, that would be nice. Gold, silver, and copper ink. Wow. What are you wanting to know the cost of? Let me go up. And now my silly, here we go. Scrapbooking kits are €44. I don't know how much the scrapbooking kits are here. I haven't really looked at them. Thanks, Inika. I'm just gradually getting, slowly getting my way through it because amazing, isn't it? She did it in 40 minutes. All right, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one of these arches is just going to go on here. And again, and this is what she said, like it just touches, and it's just a little bit at the top here that touches. So it is, and one of the ones that she'd done previously, she was showing, had actually sort of come apart. a bit and not stuck. She had to stick it back down. So, you know, so this is one of those double arches. This is the bigger one, and I'm just popping that on there like that. And that's actually stuck, which is great. So that is what we've got at the back. Now, at the front here, she has stuck another one of those. And I only cut one. What did I do with it? Did I put it back? No. So let me grab another one of those. It's going to be a long one today, people. I'm so sorry. And then you just pop this one in the back here. It does fit like so. All right, so now you've got that piece in the back. You've got your piece on the front, which is, why has that gone crooked? Shouldn't have moved. There we are. So that has gone to the inside there, that second piece of that. Now, my goodness me, let's get this show on the road. I'm going to cut, or I think, because I've used the blue on the outside, I'm hoping this vase is going to fit in there now. Sure it did when I looked at it to start with. Which one will I do? Probably this one. Like so, and then I'll get the die out. And I'll quickly cut this out. Right, are you going to go in there? Yes, you are. Thank you so much. Right. So if you talk nicely to your dies, they work. So I'm just going to pop that in there, and I was actually going to put it down, and I could have a bit of that leaf sticking out of it. Let's have a look. Maybe, maybe not. All right, I'm going to pop that in, but I'm not going to take it right down to the bottom because I'm not going to stick that right down to the bottom. Okay. So way up. Yep, that's the way. Nearly had a heart attack then. I nearly thought I put it on the wrong side. So this now goes in, and you just sort of get it in behind that box there, like that. But it's hanging down there. Okay, that's probably not. Probably supposed to have something that fits in there. Might chop that off afterwards. We'll see. So we've got, you can see we've just got a little bit hanging down at the back. I can probably cut that off to make it look like the vase. There we go. Now you can't see it. And then on the front, we put this small one. Is it that one? Let me have a look at the picture. And then the big one again. Yeah, so now we pop this one onto here, and this sort of gives it that tunnely look. Yeah, that's it. Just checking. So we're going to go around the edges here. It's not going to stick at the top. So it's just going to sit in there like that. So that starts to give it the tunnel effect. And now we're going to put this one onto the front here. But before we do that, we've got to put a main what do you call it? Name thingy, what's it? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of gold. Actually, I've probably got a piece here that's big enough. And I'll make it fit. So actually I think that will fit. Let me cut that out of there. You know what? I actually prefer it when I come on here and I say, right, we're flying by the seat of our pants. I'm just going to make whatever. And we make something really good. And instead of casing stuff is a whole new thing to me. It's not something that I ever did. So now what's that? I used to just do my own stuff all the time. 2 3/4 by 7/8. So we'll go 2 and that's by 7/8. So we need to go down to 3/4. And then that should sit on there. That's lovely. All right. What did I put on the back? Little things can mean a lot. And I think on the front we will put you inspire me. Because that's the other one I really like. And I would like it more if I could find it. There it is. It's just going to sit in the middle there, but that'll be fine. And when it comes to decorating, I'm going to cheat. I cut a whole load of the flowers out of the washi tape. There we go. So I'm going to use a few of those to do the decoration. which will save me cutting a whole heap of stuff. And it'll save you having to watch me cut a whole heap of stuff. Just stick another gold leaf at the bottom of the sentiment. I could do that. Or the top. Or the side. What do you think? We'd need something both sides, wouldn't we? My husband will be coming in here in a minute and saying, "What are you doing?" Yeah, so I could pop one of those there and one there. We could do that. Let's pop it up. Let's use minis. It's a good idea, actually. Saves me doing. I've still got to put some decoration on the back and the front, but this will work perfectly for here and here. Good idea. I was actually surprised that this hadn't gone on. Because I haven't looked at it since, I think, when I first got it, I did a few with it, and then I did another one a bit later, and then I haven't even looked at it since. And I thought, oh, before I use that today, I better make sure that it's still current, and I was quite surprised that it was. Okay, so that's going to go there. I just said you'll probably come in a minute and ask me what I'm doing. Very smart. I keep getting a thing on my computer asking me to let it update. Uh-huh. Right, so that's going to go there like that. And now we're going to take this other big one and we're going to pop it just on the front there. So it's only going to stick on the bottom and then just that little bit at the top. And then I can pretty much say that we're done, and I can't find that now. So the bottom will stick, and then there's just a tiny little bit up here that's going to stick. So it's actually quite, when you think about it, the small amount of sticking on, it's actually quite delicate. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now, my plan was to put some flowers in there or something. I could possibly, probably not that bit now because I've cut it, but yeah. So that is what we have so far. And of course, I don't want to do it just yet, but it will go that way or that way to fit in the envelope, as long as you haven't gone over those tops. Now, what did I do with all those things that I cut yesterday? This is really crazy. I can't find anything today. Oh, there they are. No, it's not. Where are they? There they are. All right. So we haven't got any blues. So I might just try and use The art of floating frames without acetate. Yeah, I think actually you could possibly use the acetate and get it in there quite nicely if you did. Just trying to see if I don't really want to put no blue. Well, this one's got a bit of blue in it, but then do we need the flower? That's the thing. Do you think we need the flower on the front there? I think it actually does give it a bit of something, and then I can put another one on the back. Let me just do that. I'll just pop that there, and I think I might glue it because it will help. No, I'm just going to pop it up. I must admit, I do like this, the idea of this. And what I've actually started to do, funnily enough, is cut some blue ones and some yellow ones, but I hadn't finished doing it. All right, so now we can put a similar one on the other side. I'm sure I've got another one in here. I decided in the end, because was running short of them, that I would I'd cut a few. Oh, thank you. I'll just pop another one up that side. Like so. There we go. So there is our fun fold. I really do want to put something in that pot. So I will look at that and then I will show you. But that is how it looks, and it really looks like you're looking through the arches, and we've got there in the end. Oh dear. See, I used to just get there and do what I Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You don't have to do it the same way as someone else. Hi, Anne. Lovely to see you. Welcome. Yeah. Everybody has their own. I mean, I could have gone exactly with what Rachel did, because what she used in there was, remember the, what was it called, with all these little bunnies, and that one with the ephemera pack with all the rabbits and these bits and pieces. She used that and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And but you know, I don't ever use exactly the same as what they've used. And a small flower in the top of there or something is going to look just fine when I do it, but I don't think I want that sort of flower. I want something just a bit different, so I'll work something out. The actual paper does have a flower that cuts out. I don't know if you can see that. I think it might be bubble bath. It's very, very light, so I might see if I can do that. Otherwise I'll sort something out. But anyway, that is the card for today. I've never been to a Stampin' Up class other than Linda Dalkey's, and they were so fun. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. It is quite, it's quite different from the big original one we did back. Like, oh, and that is what I mean about you've got to be careful because it's only just stuck. Okay, so look at the difference. I mean, huge difference in size. Absolutely huge. And I like the fact that it looks 3D. I really do like that. Alrighty, there we go. I'm sorry, I've gone half an hour longer than I usually go. Blame the cat litter trays. You're very welcome, Inika. Let me come back up to the top. Wow. Did you see the mess on my desk? I have so many bits and pieces over the desk at the moment. It's incredible. I enjoyed making it. I probably should have made one prior, but yeah, when you look at it from that perspective, you can actually see, like, looking through the arches, it makes it look 3D, which is great. All right, so that's my card for today. Tomorrow I'm doing another one with arches. I don't think these arches are going to fit it though, but that's okay. I can use them for lots of other stuff. I absolutely love doing 8x8 cards, and it was something that I was doing before I joined Stampin' Up. I was doing the 8x8 cards, and yeah, so many people still ask me for the 8x8, so I do still do them. But yeah, the only trouble with the 8x8s here in Australia is it costs an arm and a leg to send them. I'm not really sure how much it costs in the UK to send them, but or the States, of course. I do know that if it's around Christmas, it's a lot cheaper. Bye, Marlene. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, so there we are. Oh, so Anne, you're in New Zealand. Lovely. Oh, we're coming back to New Zealand later this year. We went over there for the first time, not last year, the year before, and we absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved New Zealand. So we did get stuck in a storm, and we couldn't do everything we wanted to do on the South Island. So we're going back to South Island probably in September, October this year. Take care, Sue. Take care. All right, that's me for today, and I will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care of you and yours, and please be careful on the roads. If you haven't already, I would really love it if you could subscribe to my channel. And someone asked to put the thumbs up, so that's lovely too. Oh, hi, Debbie. Yeah, it got a bit frazzledy in the middle, but yeah. Good to see you anyway. How's retirement going, Debbie? Oh, okay. So that's South Island, yeah? Thank you, Sue. Alrighty. I am off, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. You're doing good? That's good, Debbie. We should have a chat show now, shouldn't we? We should, yeah. when we were there, and we absolutely loved Queenstown and Arrowtown. Is it Arrowtown? And yeah, all the lovely things to do there. But we missed out on some of the other stuff. We had to leave. Oh, I can't remember the name of the place. Anyway, we had to leave there um, and get going. So otherwise, we would have missed our plane. Dunedin. We were in Dunedin and we had to leave in a hurry. There was a big rainstorm. So yeah. Alrighty. I will see you all tomorrow. I could sit and chat for hours. Have fun, ladies.